What's up, everyone? It's Frank Sriracha Jr. here with another casted game of Zero Space. In the upper left, we've got Nightz OG playing as our Legion player, and another Legion player in the mirror matchup is FatalExit in the lower right. As the purple definitely won't confuse me on the minimap with flux fields. But what is he doing? Galavax is he's doing a little bit of a moonwalk there. Anyway, we've got triple barracks coming up here on New Star Sand, which I really love. I love this tile set. This map just looks very Dune. Alright, he's gonna go scouting around. It looks like both players have a Galavax out, so that's fine. And we know that the enriched flux is gonna be coming here soon, which is kind of cool. I'm still wrapping my mind around the fact that workers don't need to return to base, not really, in order to collect that flux that's just sitting on the ground. These Galavaxes that are just like doing the weird walk thing are really tripping me out here. Anyway, let's go see what we've got for production. Back home, we've got a single conduit there, triple racks, single conduit. Second conduit coming online, and a Valkaru. We've got Valkaru mercs coming out over here. Along with a Citadel. Okay, so we're going to be seeing some tech coming out of Nightz. And it looks like in terms of towers, FatalExit is leading the way, and they're... Oh, they're not mirrored, actually. I was going to say they're mirrored in terms of resource income, but looks like Nightz is pulling in a little bit more flux, which makes a bit of sense, because he wants to get those mercs a little bit earlier. Oh, he's going for mercs. I don't think we see any merc compounds out over here yet, do we? No, I don't see anything yet. What's this? Just a natural expand. No natural expand yet out of Nightz. So we are going to see a Hexite lead here for FatalExit soon, but that does kind of make sense because he's going for triple barracks. Nothing too fancy just yet. Nightz retreating back to defend FatalExit's attack. I don't get these stutter steps. These stuttering animations feel really weird. And it can't, like, this is a local file on my computer. I don't imagine it's maybe it's a client thing? I don't know what's going on. It's a very strange bug to encounter. Anyway, looks like Nightz is going to go back to capturing this tower. They've both got the war experience talents out for their heroes, respectively. I also don't know what these yellow rectangles are on the minimap. But are they actually going to come to blows here over this this central tower? No, it looks like no. A couple of Valkyrie shock troopers. They're medium armored. Excuse me. Only doing 10 damage per second, but it looks like they do an AoE attack. So don't let that fool you that they have kind of a low-ish DPS, but... Did he actually see the Valkyrie troopers there? I don't know that he did. It looks like I still have my closed captions on. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so it looks like Nightz is now taking the lead in terms of towers taken, but they don't really want to have a confrontation just yet, which is a little bit strange to me, but... Anyway, Nightz is going for these enriched flux fields. Can we see how much is left? Yes, we can. Which is pretty awesome. But are they going to get caught? Yes, they will. And away they go. Okay. So Nightz finally has a... he's got his natural up and running. He's got his natural up anyway. I don't see any... I don't see these... Okay, so there's an extractor there. Okay, so it looks like extractors are being made, but I just, like, they're not showing up on the screen. That's too bad. Alright, so they're going to keep on sharking around, looking for each other. They keep on playing peekaboo with who's getting these towers. Oh, interesting, but they did take different level 2 talents. Finally, they're going to come have a fight. Is that fireball going to connect? It gets two Thralls. It's nothing too bad. And the Steel Swarm marching on forward here. Ooh, no, having those Valkyrie shock troopers at the front line. They're a little bit slower, but they're just taking damage. on the retreat. Beautiful fireball takes out so many of those thralls for FatalExit. Now Nightz is going to turn around and say, alright, let's have a fight. Let's come to blows over this. Lands a spear on his opponent's Gallivax. So it's temporarily slowed down, and it does get taken out, but at what cost? Alright. Looks like these some of these thralls and some of these purple thralls are still around, but what a tremendous fireball that landed from Nightz over there on the retreat. But it looks like Nightz is supply blocked, which is a little unfortunate. Not that he's got the resources to bounce back from it, but the income difference for Fatal is just night and day. Like, he's got 336. He's got 50% more flux coming in than Nightz. So I think Nightz is just spending it as fast as he possibly can. But that's not for nothing. Like, I think his Valkaru shock troopers actually did a pretty good job. Like, they were actually, no, they were firing on the Steel Sworn, which are at the front lines. Had they been firing on the thralls at the back, it would have been better. But yeah, these animated stutterings are very strange. I do not like these. Okay, Valkaru Tobot. It's kind of cool. Oh, but he might be looking for something, but here comes FatalExit up on the 3rd for Nightz OG. Is Nightz going to turn around, or is he going to go for the base trade? So he does see everything happening. A couple of thralls coming around to maybe get intercepted. Are they going to be able to take it down in time? Yeah, they will. Yeah, they will. Alright, so now they're evil. Not evil, now they're even on bases. And we've got Krieger. Oh, a gigantic fireball lands all over FatalExit's units. But man, that front line of Steel Sworn is not backing down, not even a little bit. Nightz OG throws down a spear, but I don't know where it was meant to land. All these thralls trying to take down as many of the some of these harvesters, but I don't know if that's worth it. Really taking care of the Tobot would be huge right now. Fireball's getting some decent connections, but it is also trying to it is having to travel through these structures. And Nightz OG has done a fantastic job of setting up some static defense, not static defense necessarily, but like obstacles for FatalExit to have to fight through if he wants to get in there. So we did, what is this, a sacrificial site, give a little bit of regen here, but there's just not any firepower out of FatalExit here. We've got some thralls, but yeah, Krieger's got his dogs out, the Tobot's still up, and the Valkaru Beast is up. That boy is tanky, 1000 HP with heavy armor. He's already got 3 kills, but yeah. Okay, so I think both sides have a Krieger, yep. These animation stutters are just absolutely killing me, guys. Sorry, I wish there was something I could do about it, but I don't think there is. Alright, coming back to recapture some of this stuff, but man, Nightz is definitely taking the talent lead. But not the income lead. Still kind of lagging behind in income and supply for that matter. Quite a bit in supply, actually. But what do we have here? Heavy plating, so everything's tankier. FatalExit can summon obelisks, which is pretty cool, especially on the front line. Reanimating heroes is going to be big, too. Okay, but we've got... Oh, no, are they going to miss each other? They kind of will. Does FatalExit want to fight up that ramp, though? Oh, huge fireball connections. Krieger fires in a line, but is he going to get caught? Oh, he's getting lower. Looks like he's going to try and dash away. Let's see if that actually works, though. Doggy's trying to take care of some of the Steel Sworn, or no, gotcha. My doggies are getting mixed up here. Lands it on Gallivax. Is he gonna get him? Denying fireballs for a long time would be huge. Oh no, but the Inquisitress is now getting in the middle of it. Darth Maul coming forward, but she's getting burst down a little bit. That said, FatalExit ran out of thralls quite quickly. Now he's on the retreat with 2 heroes, 2.5 heroes if you count the dog. And a handful of thralls. A couple of Steel Sworn here with their glowy scissors and chainsaws. Just like the Helldivers 2 automatons. Oh, no. They round that corner, which is always kind of cool to see that happen. A lot of tanky frontline units coming up. No! Nice nuke. Okay, the Inquisitress is getting surrounded. Is she still alive? I think she is still alive. Yeah, she's still alive, and she's trying to, like, not get surrounded by all these, by all the Steel Sworn. And then retreating back into this, like, this maze of barracks and conduits is pretty good. FatalExit keeps trying to, like, bash his face against this, against the front door here, but... Okay, here's a terror tank. Here's a terror tank. Do we know what upgrades are out for it, though? I don't think we do. We've got a bunch of these little purpley thralls. What is that? There's a little, like, indicator right underneath them that I couldn't quite make out. Okay. Is the nuke gonna hit anything? It kind of hit the dog. Alright, they're gonna walk through the glitter and take all kinds of AoE damage, I guess. Sandbags go down, but they're for FatalExit. Why can't I see who owns the sandbags? I don't like that. Alright, fireballs on fireballs on fireballs, hitting everybody. Sacrificial site goes down to make sure that people are getting regened. And we're gonna see some of these conduits getting taken out, making sure that the denominator for the supply goes down here. Inquisitress bursts forward. Monolith comes down, and it looks like it's gonna be FatalExit's monolith, but is it going to get powered up enough to start? Oh no, it wasn't. It was Nightz OG's monolith. Ay ay ay! And what a play that was, because that was right on the ramp for FatalExit to have to leave. FatalExit is still in the supply lead, taking so many bases behind all this. I've been focused on the battle and not focused on the macro, but look at all this. That's what, 4, 5, 6? 6 bases to Nights' 4? So he's definitely out producing. Or he's got better income anyway, but is he out producing? I don't know. Definitely not taking more efficient fights. Alright, I see. Yes, you keep telling me the Pulse Forge Accelerator's there, but I want to see... There we go. Oh, there's a nuke! Juicy nuke lands right on top of some Steel Sworn. And it's going to continue to do damage over time for whatever those units are. Is the Terror Tank going to go down, though? I love that it wouldn't let me click on the Terror Tank. It lets me click on all the attachments and any unit that's next to it, but not on the Terror Tank itself. Another spear goes down. This time it's FatalExit's turn for a monolith to go down. See a nice recall coming out of there. We also see some of these Dark Disciples coming out that are going to be doing a lot of damage. Is the nuke going to land? It does land. Oh, another beautiful fireball comes on forward here. Don't stand in the glitter! Don't stand in the glitter. Some cool obelisks coming out. There we go. A little sacrificial site coming down to make sure that things are getting healed up. But it doesn't matter. I think it's a kind of a false... It's kind of a bad idea if your composition isn't going to be something that can regenerate. Like, all these thralls just die. They just die to a fireball. Or, like, they'll die instantly to like, just a couple of shots. So I'm not sure that HP regen is all that useful for these guys. Swing and a miss on the fireball from FatalExit. And again, he's knocking on that front door that he just can't seem to break. Such a beautiful nuke. Takes out, like, looks like a third of the thralls there. Another Valkaru Beast comes out for Nightz. But he's gonna retreat behind his buildings here, and maybe hope that the mischance that happens. Again, I do kind of like this. It's a bit of it's an interesting way to do Defender's Advantage, where you can shoot through your own buildings just fine and not suffer any penalties. But if your opponent shoots through one of your buildings, then they have a mischance. I don't think that applies to spells and AoE stuff, but I could be wrong there. Oh! Another nuke lands! So many thralls go down. Alright, fireballs on fireballs. Oh my goodness, this is so many thralls. Just look at this. Look at this ocean of blood going... Oh, but a beautiful counter fireball goes down. And I don't know that Nightz has much left. He's got his heroes. But finally, slowly but surely. Oh, that was another huge hit for all the, is there something in the middle of there? There's another huge hit of a fireball there. Another nuke comes down. Oh, it looks like the Krieger got taken out. And I think Fatal might retreat for a little bit here. Whose barracks are these? They must be Nightz's. Oh, is this is that FatalExit's? Yeah, that is FatalExit's expansion. He's expanding into the third here, into the triangle third. That's brutal. And I think these obelisks, yeah, the portal obelisks are the ones that, like, they just produce thralls, right? Which is kind of cool. Alright, a couple of invisible boys. The Corsair snipers are pretty brutal. Valkaru Beast gets burst down. There we go. I didn't know how much I was going to have to say burst down again and again. It looks like the Galavax for Nightz has the exploding fireball thing, so whenever it stops, it blows up. Is it going to happen again? Pop! There we go. Nice little fire pit that all the Thralls are going to have to stand into. He's certainly taking more efficient fights, but FatalExit does not care. He's like, fine. You wanna kill all my Thralls? Make my obelisk that much better. Or make my monolith that much better, excuse me. Oh! That is so much Thrall death. Oh, boom! Down goes the sacrificial site. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, that fireball right on the ramp was just such a money shot. FatalExit, though, is floating 33k, or 3.3k Hexite. So he's got money to burn. He just needs to spend it all. Okay. Yeah, slowly suffocating Nightz is honestly the right move. Man! Down to one base. Just down to his main. But does it have anything left in it? I guarantee you I won't be able to find out because I won't be able to click on the Hexite pit. There we go. Yep, now Fatal's going in for the kill. He's got 202 out of 200 supply. Oh! No! Surround the Darth Maul, girl! Okay, he's gonna stutter step his way in. Okay, and he's gonna make Nightz fight up into his own base. Ay, ay, ay! Look at those fireball hits there. And that's it. GG's, folks. Nightz toughs it out to the very end, but FatalExit manages to absolutely drown him in Thrall blood. I wish there was a counter to see here. Army units lost. Yeah, almost. Yeah, 767 Thralls lost. Wild. What a high casualty game. Very fun to watch, though. Thank you so much for the submission. Talk to you guys later.